Hey friends, it's Emily Thompson from Life So Savory, and I'm here with another fun live show. At least I hope it will be fun. I'm on a few minutes early today because I have to leave right at 1:30, and I wanted to make sure that I had time to show you what I was working on. So hopefully people will come on and see this as we get started. I know I am a few minutes early, but I've been working on this super fun happy birthday tabletop cake topper, and I just wanted to show you what I've been working on. So it's really cute. I'm going to work on some of it with you today, and then on Friday I will be uploading the brand new free SVG patterns that I'll be showing you today onto my site. So on Friday you can grab those free downloads using the link that's in the description of this video. So I wanted to give you those links. It's a link to an old post, which is what I'm recreating today, only I'm trying to make it even better and even easier for you to recreate, because now I'm giving you a free download. You don't have to cut out your own alphabet anymore. So I'm going to show you kind of what I've been working on, and then, so we'll talk about supplies. Then I'm going to show you how to use the file in Canvas Workspace. It's really easy. And then I'm going to work on it for a little bit, and that's going to be it. So it's going to be super awesome. So say hi. Let me know where you're coming from, what you're up to this afternoon. I'm going to switch this over to, here is my work table. So you can see that I'm making these super cute letters. They are going to hang off of this. Okay, so down like this. And then you can put them on some poles that go on the sides, and you can make either a cake topper or a tabletop display. And I'll, of course, on Friday when I give the updated post, have photos of all of those things finished for you. I currently have a cake and some cupcakes in my refrigerator to demonstrate how this is going to look. So let's talk about what you need for this. I'm using bias tape, but you could also use ribbon for the hangers, for the bunting. To the poles to put on the side, I'm going to try two different things. So I bought these cool paper straws, and I'm going to use those. But I also saw these super awesome, look at how long these are, wooden poles. They are, does it even say how long they are? Just says perfect for picnics. Okay, so maybe 30 inches based on measuring. They're s'more sticks. I just bought these at the grocery store, but they're just like wooden dowels that were cheap. So I'm going to use these for my tabletop display, which will be a little bit bigger than my cake topper. I think these would be a little bit extreme to use in a cake, but they might work well. This is a little bit bigger than I think will work on a cake too, these letters. But I'm going to make this for the tabletop. And then my next set, I'm going to use this free template, is to make a rainbow happy birthday. I have all these cool colors of felt. We're gonna make a rainbow happy birthday, and then maybe I'll put that on the straws, and it will be a cool cake topper. So all those finished photos and of course the supplies and ideas will be in the post on Friday. It's the same post that linked below. When you click it today, it's just going to be an old post where I use this same idea. I made felt letters with tabs, but I hand cut them. All right. But now I have a free template. So let's take a look at how to use these templates. So I'm cutting felt, and then I'm also cutting vinyl. You can see how that's also the P, and ironing it on, and then making these cool letters. And I think they look super awesome. So let me show you how to use these free files in Canvas Workspace. If you're using a different, let's see, if you're using a different program like Cricut, what's it called? Cricut Design or something like that, you can still go ahead and do the same process. Okay, so here's my blank Canvas Workspace for my brother scan and cut. I'm gonna open using the SVG button. And then you can see here, I've got some photos of what I did, but two files that I'm gonna look at for this. So a happy birthday felt cut and the happy birthday vinyl cut. The zip file that you will get in your free download will also include a PDF So if you want to cut this out with scissors, you can use the PDF, or you can print. It will look like this. So you would just cut those out, put them on felt, and then cut them out with scissors if you don't have a electronic cutting machine. So let's look at the felt one first. We're going to hit open. It says happy birthday. I got it all on one file, and it's these sizes. So they're about 2.5 inches. I am going to try my next one to make these smaller. So if you'll look at this, each letter I made a separate file. So my next one I'm going to make rainbow. So what I will do is I will delete all the letters except for one, and then I'm going to cut this in red. And then I'll go back and I'll delete everything except for the A, and I'll do that a different color, then the P, then the P. So it'll take a little bit, but I think it's going to look awesome. You can also reduce the size. I like to do it all at once so they're the same size. So for the rainbow ones, I'll probably make it, because I'm not going to be putting the vinyl on, I'll probably make them a little bit smaller as well, and then we'll have a smaller version. So you can just go ahead and select the whole thing and make it like that, so smaller, okay? So that's how you use, and then you would go ahead after you like it, file, or if you just even have the one letter, export to your cutting machine. I do that, transfer via the internet, okay? If you wanna use a file or a cord, I always just use Wi-Fi, okay? So that is the felt cutting. You can use them all the same color as I did with the white, or you can do it different. Then let's open the vinyl cut. So these are right now the correct size to go with the full size felt. So if you make the felt smaller and you want to put the vinyl on it, make sure you make the vinyl part smaller too, okay? But the one thing you want to do with this, because it's vinyl and this is all one, you can't separate this, because I just figured you'd be cutting these all one color, is you need to reverse it or mirror it like that. See, I used that flip button so that when it cuts with the heat transfer vinyl and we flip it over, that it's not backwards. I like to do it here before I send it to my machine, but you also can do the same thing on your machine after you've transferred it, okay? So that's a quick look at using the files. If you have any questions about that, please let me know. I can see your comments, but otherwise, we're gonna take a look at the next step here, okay? So once you've cut out your felt, and I did use my cutting machine for both the felt and the vinyl, okay? So I have happy birthday. And like I said, I feel like these are a little bit big to be a cake topper. I think my whole happy birthday sign is gonna be pretty large. So either it'd have to be a big cake, or I'm also gonna make another rainbow version and make them a little bit smaller. But I love this for a table topper. And I think when you see my photos, you'll see it's like a perfect size, especially on those s'more sticks for a tabletop. Okay, so let's pick some vinyl. Okay, so I cut all the letters apart, and I wanna leave those little circles. Okay, I feel like it's kind of like a cool little stitching look on here. And some of these got cut a little bit deep because I used it's like a puffy, I don't know, what is that called, where it feels like, it's not puff vinyl, but I can't think, it's textured and it's kind of fuzzy. I can't think of what that is. Anyway, it cut it a little bit deep. So some of my circles are popping out. So I'm just gonna put that right back in there. Okay, so you're gonna lay it on like that, and then I'm gonna use my iron, and I'm gonna go ahead and press it. With the felt, it does not take very long at all for the vinyl to attach. That's what I found this summer when I was making those Olympic medals, and I was doing the heat transfer on felt, which I had never done before this summer, but it actually works out really well. And then you can just go ahead and peel it off. Okay, how cute is that? So I love the way it looks. I think it's super fun. There's those other ones. And again, I put the tab on. So if you're using a ribbon, you're just gonna lay the ribbon right over the tab and then sew over it. If you're using bias tape like this, This is a really thin bias tape. So I actually took and I trimmed down these tabs. Okay, so trim down the tabs. We don't want to say pay, so I'm gonna have to find the D. But make it so it fits. You don't want to see the tab. The tab is really just to sew it on to your bias tape or whatever you're using. All right, it's not really to be seen. And this time oh, they're both there. Okay, so let's find the D. I'm gonna put it on there. And I've got a couple of these little guys that fell out again. Just gonna stick that in there. Stick that in there. It's kind of like a template. It shows you exactly where it needs to go. So if it does fall out, you can just stick it back. All right, so I'm gonna grab my iron, press it on. You could use a heat press for this, but for these small letters, I just like using the iron instead. Maybe, I don't know, is this 10 or 15 seconds that I'm kind of putting this on there? Not too terribly long. You can see it kind of just goes right into the felt, and that's really hot. So I'm just gonna leave it for a second. So let's pick another one. This is the I. Okay, so I have to finish picking all of these and then ironing them on. And then, like I said, I'll be putting them onto the bias tape. Let's see, I have a little bit thicker bias tape, although not too much for my rainbow version. I have this yellow bias tape, but you can also use ribbon. If you are clicking through the post, you'll see that when I originally hand cut each of these, I did 2 layers of felt, but I'm really loving the vinyl and the felt. But you could also cut a smaller layer of, layer of a letter and put it over as well. So that is what I've got going, and I'll put the D on for you and show you how I'm trimming that down. And then we'll go from there. Mary, I am on early today. So I kind of said at the beginning, but I have to leave early where did that go? I have to leave earlier today. So I just popped on, and I know some of you will be catching this as a replay because you're used to me being on at 1, and I'm on earlier than that. So, all right, so let's see. Oh boy, this is not going to be long enough to write day or birthday. So I'll have to redo this, but let me just show you what I'm doing here. So you can see if you just stuck this tab inside the bias tape, it would be, I don't want to see that. Okay. I want it to look just flush. So I'm going to go ahead and trim the tab down. If you're using a ribbon or something, then it might be just right. And you can decide how close you want your letters. And then you're going to go ahead and just clip it. And then I'm just going to sew with my sewing machine and some white thread right along there, and it will attach. And so then I can pick it up and it won't flip. The clips are weighing it down, but it would just hang. And then you can put it between the poles that I showed earlier, or the paper straws, or whatever you are using. Okay. So that's how we're going to do it. Again, the full tutorial will be up on Friday to see this whole thing put together and in action. If you're just catching the end of this, make sure you go and rewatch it, because I'm showing how to use these files, the supplies needed for this project, and what we're going to be doing. But again, the free download for this alphabet with the tabs and the vinyl cool like stitching will be available in the link of this post on Friday. So come back Friday, check it out, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. This was a quick little hop on, but I wanted to show you what I'm working on and make sure I said hi before Wednesday went by. So I'll see you again next week with another fun project, and I promise you I will be on time and doing something fun. So have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next week. Bye.